Hi, Al Cole here to talk about lean manufacturing in the 5S system, and we're going to talk about the Standardise step. The goal of this step is where you will set in place the rules and policies that support the first three steps of sort, set in order, and shine. Standardise is a critical element because without it, the gains made from organizing tools on shadow boards and creating clean work areas, starting continuous improvement teams, will only be temporary. The principles of lean and flow production don't work well when everyone is allowed to choose the method or sequence in which to do the job. Quality suffers and productivity drops. So we need to establish the standards by collecting and recording the data on a few forms or boards that would build powerful and sustainable practices. You and your team should be really fired up about this because the structure and written standards will support the new practices you worked so hard to create and make them into habits. One of the hardest steps in 5S is changing old work habits. It's easy for people to slip back into old habits. It's what a person is familiar with. With standards established, everyone knows what they're supposed to do, how they should be doing it, and when it needs to be done. In other words, standards produce new habits that result in 5S being effectively and efficiently implemented. Implement a daily schedule or checklist that identifies what people need to do and when it needs to be done. Have a target or standard to shoot for, and then be fired up about achieving it. So you need to do the work every single day. Yes, every single day. Design your daily work tasks around 5S and continuous improvement goals. Establish a monthly schedule. With employees following the daily schedule, you should only need to do a major 5S activity once a month. Take a walk through your work areas to make sure the basic levels of 5S are being maintained. Make sure you have all the supplies needed, and you should include ensuring operating and maintenance practices that support these goals are being followed. Audit the results. To prove that we're serious about 5S, audits must be performed on a regular basis. Not only is it important for people doing the 5S to monitor themselves, first-line supervisors through upper management should also be involved in these audit processes. Every time you walk from one area to another is a perfect opportunity to audit the 5S along the way. You don't need to wait for the planned audit time to audit the facility. It should occur whenever you are moving about. Remember, continuous improvement is a key part of lean manufacturing, and no system remains perfect. The workplace and workspaces change. The work getting done changes. The people working in these areas change. For whatever reason, a 5S system must always be improved upon. You should regularly review the 5S system and look for ways to improve it. During a shift or tailgate meeting, discuss the need for improvement and question why things are the way they are. As you bring in new employees, they must be trained in the 5S way of thinking. Make them aware of the goals and targets and standards in which you want to reach. In summary, the goal of standardization is to put in place a system to support the previous three steps. You will want to create a schedule with daily or monthly activities. You want to make it part of the routine so it becomes a habit for your employees. Lean manufacturing means recognizing and eliminating waste. You should always look for ways to improve your 5S system and support structure. Documentation of the system will need to be constantly updated. One way to establish this is through a bulletin board to keep everyone aware and updated on the program. And this leads us to the last step of the 5S system, which is sustain. This is about developing the self-discipline to make the 5S system work and create a culture to support it. So keep in mind the concept of continuous improvement. What's the one little thing that you can do right now to improve the situation by 1%? Get on that and be amazed by the results you achieve.